So I was packing my clothes to go to Ohio, and I'm trying really hard to not check a bag. Normally I check a bag because really the toiletries.
Yeah, I know. It's so challenging for me to not check a bag because of all my products.
I just also hate buying everything in a small size when I already own it in a normal size.
Oh, I have all sorts of containers that I just
Oh.
transfer amounts to. So
That's
many
smart.
containers.
I feel like right now there's a lot of debate about carrying on bags.
Oh,
I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I feel like I keep seeing
debating it.
stuff, yes, on the internet about how you should check a bag or you shouldn't check a bag, or people who carry on luggage should be able to get off the plane first, or people who have carry on luggage should have to stay on the plane. Like,
I think
it's all just everything back and forth.
I think the algorithms are feeding you this content because you have a trip coming up. I have never seen something like that.
I probably clicked on, one thing once that was a debate, and now I'm just constantly getting this debate.
You have your finger on the pulse of the hottest debate on the internet versus checked bag that nobody knows about.
I did manage to get everything into a carry-on though, so I felt pretty proud of myself.
Yeah, that's impressive. Like I said, I don't care for that. Plus, I really like just getting rid of my bag as soon as I get to the airport because I like to relax in the airport, aka go to my gate, make sure everything's on time, have a beer, have a coffee, have a snack.
Well, you have to go to your gate to make sure it's actually there.
Yes, exactly.
Step one.
Yes. Because that will make me feel better. And then I scout out the surrounding area. And I don't want to be carrying my bag or rolling my bag with me the whole way. It's kind of annoying. But yeah, that's just
me. I generally agree with you. But I don't know. This time around, I was like, I'm going to try to not check my bag.
Well, gold star for you.
Yep. Good job. Good job, Emily. Anyway, that has nothing to do with the topic of today's.
Hi, I'm Katie.
And I'm Emily.
We're two long-distance best friends with a passion for learning about all the things that make everyday life interesting.
We'll share our findings with you on researching the obvious.
Today's topic is
Sometimes when you're packing, though, if you have a cat will come and try to pack with you.
Oh, that's a standard for us. And get in your suitcase. They will always get in your suitcase because it's a box. They have to.
Right. You have a bag where the top zips off and it flips over. I feel like my cat always tunnels under the flap.
Oh.
He wants to be in the little tunnel.
Yeah. Ours always get in the suitcase and lay down and spread out.
They just take up the whole thing. Yep. No room for clothes.
Yep.
They're like, how dare you leave me? I'm going to take up all the space so you can't pack anything.
Yes, that's exactly right. That's what I imagine they're saying to us.
Yep. They look at you, evil look where they're like, how dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you? How many cats have you had throughout your life?
That were just mine or in the family?
That's a distinction.
Yeah, because growing up, we had lots of cats, but not all of them were mine. My sister had a couple cats. My mom had a cat. And it is important because cats choose their people. They really do. And they can be nice to everyone, but they kind of choose a person that they like the most. And they don't hide it, that they like them the most. Let me think. So my first cat would have been Zachary. My second cat would have been Snickers.
Oh, I remember Snickers.
Yes.
I met Snickers when I came to visit you when we were in grad school.
Yes, she was a sweetie. And she actually became my dad's cat, so I don't even know if I should count. I mean, she was my cat first, but she gravitated toward my dad and eventually went to live with him, and she was his baby. I guess when I moved out on my own after college, I got Oliver and Small Oliver and Nosy. So 5. that were...
Well, and then now you have Augie.
Yes. I thought we were talking past cats only. Current cat count is 2, soon to be 3.
Wait, did you get a new one already?
No, not yet. But we have plans to. We have a time frame in mind, and so we know it'll be coming. So
nice.
2, soon to be 3. Yes. So now Augie and Willow.
Over the course of your life, cats that were yours.
Right.
You've had 7.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. My parents had a cat before I was born, and so when I was little, that cat was still alive.
Okay.
But then... Did
it interact with you at all?
Yeah, actually, its name was Casey, short for kitty cat, Casey.
How clever.
And we called her Casey Jones. And actually, she liked me. She didn't like my sister. She would like scratch her. But like I fed her a lot. But she died when I was in like 3rd grade, maybe. I don't know. I was young.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And then my sister got a cat like right before I went to college. I feel like...
Kitty.
Yes. Also Kitty. Apparently my family just has really great names. Casey and Kitty.
Yep.
Yes, but we got Kitty like in February of my senior year of high school. So I feel like that, I mean, obviously I knew Kitty, but limited living experience with Kitty.
Right. Okay.
Yes. And now, of course, I have my
Mulligan.
Pride and joy.
Yes. How long have you had him?
Mulligan?
Yeah.
Let's see. We got Mulligan when I lived in Kansas, so the end of 2010.
Yeah,
so yeah,
I think you got him
years.
Around the same time that I adopted Oliver.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Because I think I remember we both adopted black cats.
Yes, Mulligan is an all-black cat, and Oliver was all-black.
Yes.
And Smalliver.
In Smalliver, yep. So 2 black cats.
Can we just really quick talk about how you had a big black cat named Oliver, and he was like a tomcat, kind of like panther.
Yes. Very, very like beefy. He's a beefy cat. Not overweight, but just like big. He's big.
Yeah. And then you got a smaller black cat, and
a little weird.
His original name, I don't know what his original name was, but because he was like a smaller version of Oliver, you just called him Smalliver.
Yes.
And it's honestly the best. It's actually the best.
Yeah, and it was always a joy to like set up a vet appointment for him, and they're like, and who's the patient? And I'm like, Smalliver? Because when you're just saying his name without knowing the context of the fact that I have another cat named Oliver, it seems like a very strange name. I have to explain. I have to be like, well, I have a bigger cat named... And then on top of it, another reason that I think that the name stuck is they were like best buds. They were like in love with each other. They slept together. They groomed each other. They like hung out together every day. They were like peas and carrots. And
it's true.
And
they
it was
loved
really
each other.
Yeah. But yeah, so then I'd have to explain, yes, it's spelled S-M-A. Yeah, like Oliver, but small.
It's honestly the best.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yep, I really enjoyed it too. # Oliver and Smalliver. I have some Instagram posts that are adorable.
Nice. Check it out. When you open Instagram to follow Researching the Obvious Pod, you can just look up that hashtag as a side note.
Yep. Take you right to Oliver and Smalliver.
Yeah, we got Mulligan. Mulligan was definitely like a street cat. When we got him from the shelter, he was like 6 months old, and the shelter thinks that he was admitted to the shelter when he was like 3 months old. So I don't know. He was a street rat.
Yeah.
I don't buy that.
Scrappy. You'd never know it now, though. He's very spoiled.
Yeah. He only drinks water out of a fountain.
Yes. He's very specific about his toys, too.
Very. Yes. He has one toy that's like a crinkle. Well, you know this, but I feel like everyone else needs to know this. He has a toy that's like a shiny pom-pom ball thing, and he's so obsessed with it. I call it his precious, you know, like Lord of the Rings.
Yes. And he begs for the precious, like loudly.
Yes. Oh yeah, he's obsessed. We have to keep it in a drawer because he can't play with it unsupervised because he tries to eat it. Probably because he loves it, so he thinks he should eat it. I don't know. And then
they need to become one with the precious.
Yes, he'll sit by the drawer and like meow and like look at me and say, "Please, can I have my precious?"
And on top of all that, he owns an entire house now, and it has kitty shelves. Or wait, do you guys have kitty shelves now in your house?
No, we don't have any. In our house, in our house in Oklahoma, we built like that whole jungle gym for him.
Okay, that's where it was.
Yeah.
That was really cool. That's on my to-do list this year.
Yeah, he probably is a little annoyed that he lost his play place, but he's older now, so maybe not. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. He does have a very nice cat tree, though.
It's true.
As do my kids. I was counting today, actually, so because Augie and Willow have their claws and are younger, trying to teach them not to scratch the couch. With moderate success, I have purchased approximately 10 different scratching surfaces that are all over our living room. Because I keep on like testing out which ones they like the most. Because when they do like one, they don't scratch the couch. They have so many options, it's absurd. But yeah, I'm quite the cat lover. Like, I think it's became part of my personality at an early age. Do you want me to tell my childhood cat stories?
Ooh, yes. I want to hear more about your childhood cat stories.
Yes, because I got my first cat when I was 2 years old. One of my core memories is when we got that cat, my mom cleaned him up. And I just remember sitting with her while she was like, eyeing him off and picking a name out for him. I have always had cats. It's like weird for me not to have cats. When I got a little bit older, you know, and your family finds out that like you really love cats, right? Because I had Zachary, he was my cat, but I always got really into cat stuff. And then your, relatives find out that you like cats. And so then every birthday and every Christmas, they're giving you cat stuff because it's part of your identity now that you really like cat stuff, like when you're 10.
Oh my gosh. Wait, did you have like the cool Lisa Frank things with like the cat and the tie-dye background?
Definitely, yes. Definitely had some of those items. But I mean, like, even before that, like, that's pretty cool. I had some really uncool cat stuff too. Like, I had a old lady cat stuff, like little cat figurines, and I had a cat light switch cover, like plate.
Oh no!
In my bedroom, and I had like a cat, like one of those. I don't think it's like cross stitched, but it's like a woven blanket with a picture of like kittens on it that has like the 90s fringe around the edge that I like wanted to
I know what you're talking about.
Yes. And at one point I started getting a catalog in the mail that was like all cat merchandise. So it had like cat plates and
what?
I mean, like cat dish towels, cat everything, right? And so like I would get that.
Okay. I kind of miss catalogs though.
You do too.
They were kind of entertaining. I don't know if I'd want. Ooh. I don't know if I'd want one with all cats.
Yeah.
But catalogs were an enjoyable experience.
I'm wondering, like, how many, like, what was the circulation of that catalog? Because, I mean, that's a very niche thing, right? And I'm like a 10-year-old, 12-year-old, somewhere around there, and, like, I'm getting this catalog, and I just love looking through all the cat stuff. And one time I convinced my mom to allow me to buy their $25 mystery box, which is, of course, all the junk that they can't sell.
Yes.
But as a kid, I was like, ooh, a mystery box full of cat things. Like,
that's such a child thing to want, right? Like, I remember going to the store at the campground and they'd have a mystery bag of candy for 25 cents or whatever. And it's like a brown paper sack with some Smarties in it. I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you what. I distinctly remember learning my lesson when the mystery box came because I was like, this sucks. I really did. I was like, okay, I'm not going to do that again. It really was random stuff. I don't even remember what was in it. It was very underwhelming, let me put it that way.
I mean, I feel like in the 90s, maybe it still happens today and I just don't realize, but I feel like your options for decor items or other little tchotchkes was like horses, dolphins, or cats.
Yes, it's true. Yeah. Dolphins were really big.
I had dolphin things.
Yeah.
So maybe I was a
had
dolphin
some
person.
too.
In fairness, though, I didn't purchase the dolphin things for me. I gave off dolphin vibes, I guess.
That's hilarious. I'm pretty sure my sister had a lot of dolphin stuff because she was always more of the marine fan.
Oh. She
But
must have had a lot of horse stuff too, though.
yes, that too. Yep. Also.
Yeah,
But yeah, mine was cats. And like I said, until, you know, I got through middle school or so, I didn't realize how lame it was to have my whole room decorated in cat stuff. I eventually migrated away from that motif. But I mean, I had a lot for a while.
Amazing.
Yeah.
My room was decorated in like tie-dye and yin-yangs and peace signs. I was that person.
I got into that more a little bit. Like I said, as I exited the cat phase. But like during that time too, I also was in 4-H and I participated in a cat show. So like,
okay, yes. Talk about this because I didn't even know that you could show cats.
Yes.
Like I went to 4-H camp as a child. And so, you know, I fed guinea pigs and regular pigs and stuff, but cats were never an option.
Yeah. So it was a requirement for us to pick at least 2 4-H projects, which I never really wanted to do, or I was never super enthusiastic about it. I was always kind of like, okay, I wasn't into livestock. My sister was into the dogs and the horses, and she had a lot of friends in the livestock area, and like, I don't know, that wasn't me. So I was always trying to find the other categories of 4-H projects that would interest me, like photography or cat shows. So there was a cat group, and I was like, okay, I'll do the cat group. And so yeah, it turns out that there is a 4-H cat show, or at least there used to be, and there was a cage decorating contest. So, you know, like you decorated your cage that the cat hung out in while it was waiting to go up to the judge. And yeah, and then
I knew a girl that did cake decorating as part of 4-H.
I had no interest in those 4-H activities. That's why I ended up with the cats. My sister did gift wrapping. She's an amazing gift wrapper. Yeah. Amazing.
Okay.
But I was like, I never wanted to do any of that stuff. I was like, is there a reading club where I can just read by myself and not have to make anything?
So I feel like I went to some weird, like, urban 4-H summer camp because the 4-H summer camp I went to had, like music theater. I took the clowning class.
Oh my God, there was a clowning class? Okay, yes.
Yeah, but why was I in that? That's the real question.
But like, then there was also like the 8 weeks of summer where you like went to group meetings and you worked on your projects. So like, did you do that too? Or did you just go to the summer?
No, I just went to the summer camp. I was a Girl Scout, so I did like Girl Scouts year round, but I went to the 4-H summer camp because, you know,
so
I could get away from my family, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. So that makes more sense than why you wouldn't know about like the cat show and everything.
Do you bring the cat to the fair?
Yes.
I just feel like some cats would really hate that situation.
Yeah, I do too. I took Zachary and he was like the chillest cat ever, so he didn't really care. And you know, to be honest,
I mean, also your cat's name was Zachary, so I feel like that's like automatic chill cat, right? Like, it's like my sister's cat is named Pierogi. Yeah. Like,
I love
he's just a loaf.
Yeah. They become what you name them sometimes.
Exactly. Fascinating. I feel like this goes into one of the big things I wanted to talk about today on this episode was how you can train cats, but cats are just their own being, and it's better to just work with a cat to do what they want to do as opposed to train them.
Right.
Like a dog.
To offer them something that they want instead of telling them not to do something.
Yes.
because they
Exactly.
don't.
And that's because cats aren't really domesticated.
Now, there are some examples, though, of very trainable cats.
There's like that Russian circus cat group
Yes.
or whatever that was on America's Got Talent and
Yes.
stuff. Yeah, so I saw some interviews with them, and the thing that was interesting that stood out to me is that they basically were like, we offer different types of tricks to different cats, and we let the cats basically decide which tricks they like to do, and we encourage them to like do those tricks.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's still a little bit of a like working with the cat as opposed to
Okay. Instead of just like straight up positive reinforcement, trying to get them to do what they want. Interesting. Okay.
different than a dog training situation.
Interesting. It's not like every cat will do that either, right?
Right.
They all have their own personalities. So like not all of them are willing to be trained.
Yes. That was the other thing they were talking about in that interview too, was how they have to recognize the cats that will be interested in show business, basically.
Like they're either food driven enough or, you know, their personality is such, you know, that they're compliant in some ways.
But I think why I got really interested in cats is because this premise that they're not really domesticated in the same way that like dogs or cows or, you know, other animals that humans keep are. They really are a semi-wild animal that's just living in your house, right? Like if you let a cat outside, they're going to go hunt and they're going to go get their own food. Cats can survive pretty well without humans, unlike a cow. A cow can't really survive on its own.
You don't think so?
I think it'd be really susceptible to getting killed.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it would live in its place in the food chain.
Yeah, it would be okay. But, you know, the definition of domesticated is whether or not the animal can survive and thrive as like a species without humans.
Oh, interesting.
I think that's the big difference, is that cats realistically...
Yeah. Well, as a species, I think they'd actually probably thrive.
So I got really interested in this too, because back in the day when I was a professor teaching geography classes, one of the units that we would do in my class was about like the birth of human civilization. Okay, so like how humans started living in cities and basically how humans started transitioning from being nomadic hunter-gatherer only to settling down large settlements and, you know, the growth of cities and civilizations and these kinds of things, because cities have existed for thousands of years, right? And basically, in order for cities to start existing, people had to grow enough food in order for there to be a surplus of food. Because when you have a city, you have some jobs that are required in the city that would take up your time away from being able to farm. So not everyone can be farming. So the farmers have to be able to produce enough food to cover the food use of the people who couldn't farm.
Oh, I think I know where this is.
The agricultural revolution happened thousands of years ago, and it happened primarily in two places. One of those places was China. One of those places was Mesopotamia, which is like modern day Iraq, Middle East. And so these two places is where people figured out how to do enough farming where they could create surplus. And when you create a surplus of goods, you have to store those goods somewhere. So usually the surplus was some kind of grain. And so they're storing these extra grain in grain storage area. I was going to say a grain elevator, but those didn't exist back then. So, you know, like a grain storage area. So they're storing all the grain in these two areas. And so grain attracts what?
Mice.
If you have extra grain, you're attracting mice. And so rodents get attracted to these extra grain storage areas. And then in China and in the Middle East, there were wild cats that lived in these areas, like little desert cats. And so with all that grain and all those extra rodents, the cats that were wild started creeping in and seeing the rodents and obviously killing the rodents and eating the rodents. And so people were basically like, hang on a second. We don't want the rodents to eat all this extra grain that we have because we need that grain for people. And these cats are naturally coming in and killing these rodents. So let's do something to encourage the cats. So they started putting out water and other things to encourage the cats to come to the area to hunt the rodents that were eating their grain. And so basically what happened is this symbiotic relationship between these wild desert cats and people that lived in these early civilizations. And then, of course, people started keeping cats as pets and playing with the cats. And I think the cats were kind of like, great, this is awesome. I have plenty of food.
Some of them liked it more than others and stuck around. And
yeah. And then people, as they moved and migrated, they would bring cats with them on boats and stuff, again, to keep the rodent population down. And so they'd purposely stock cats on their ships when they moved. All these cats just kind of moved that way. And so what's interesting is if you do DNA analysis of house cats, almost all house cats can trace their DNA back to either China or the Middle East, like in the entire world.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, there's obviously some exceptions, like, you know, there's some cats that have some Maine Coon in them or something like that, right? But pretty much all house cats trace their DNA back to these two areas of the world that they originally would have been coming from thousands of years ago.
Yeah. Cats are so cool. And the symbiotic relationship part is so interesting to me. And actually, I think it's one of the reasons that I love cats so much. I've been asked to explain what I like about cats versus what I like about dogs. And because we're just animal people in general. But what I love about dogs is they like need you, right? And they're very needy. And a lot of them are, you know, looking to please you. And but it's a dependent relation. You take on a mother role, parent role. But with a cat, I do not feel that way. I feel like I live with them and they're my equals. We're kind of both in it together. They're fine without me, but they like being with me. But they're fine without me. I don't have to worry too much about them. And I've just always loved that kind of independence that they just naturally have. I mean, even the clingiest cat can still be very independent. I mean, you feel like they've got things under control.
100%. I feel like cats, like you said earlier, they're losing you as opposed to needing you.
Yes.
And that's why when sometimes people say like, well, you're a cat mom or whatever, which is fine. I appreciate that. But at the same time, in my brain, I'm just thinking, I'm not Mulligan's mother. I'm his roommate.
That's why, well, you know, Jackson Galaxy calls them cat guardians, which I really like. Yeah. That makes so much more sense because it's true. It's like you're there as a guardian or like a guidance kind of figure, I guess. You do feed them and they explore and learn the world with you, especially if you get them as kittens. But yeah, you're really just responsible for their welfare to a certain extent, but not really like a parent, not like a dog mom. Because I do feel like dog mom is 100% correct.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of relationship dogs have.
Yeah, I always just think of Mulligan as our roommate who basically owns the whole house and then lets us live in it with him.
Yep. Yeah. But I find that I just love that like cats are so distinct in that way.
Mm-hmm. Jackson Galaxy is honestly legit. I learned so much from him. Listeners, if you have not checked him out, go check him out because he's legit.
Yep.
Because there's so much that we don't know about cats still.
We get to talking about cats as we do. And you tell me about the stuff you were learning from Jackson Galaxy. And I feel like ever since I started watching that or talking to you about, my cats have had such better lives. I understand so much more about what they need and what they want and things that will make them happy. Yeah, I think he's great.
Yeah. He's the one that introduced the concepts to me of bush dweller and tree dweller.
Yes, I love this.
It's my favorite because some cats, they're bush dwellers, meaning they like to hide under furniture or sit under the bed or
Little dens.
be on the ground. Yeah.
Hidey holes, I call them.
Yes, in the little like donut things. And then there are some cats that are tree dwellers, which are the cats that like to climb up on top of things.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Oliver was such a tree dweller. It was ridiculous.
Mulligan is absolutely a tree dweller.
Yeah.
He'll sit under the bed, but almost always he's on top, like on the back of the couch or on top of the bed or on top of his cat tree or on the freaking counter.
Yeah.
He's not supposed to be. But what's funny is when my sister's cat, Kitty, she passed away, but when she was alive, sometimes we'd take Mulligan back to my parents' house for Christmas. And then Kitty was living there, and Kitty was a bush dweller, 100%. And Mulligan was a tree dweller. So we have all these pictures of like Kitty sitting under the Christmas tree and Mulligan sitting on the back of the couch next to the Christmas tree staring at Kitty. And it's like bush dweller, tree dweller, epitomized right there. Yeah, well, it was cute for 5 seconds and then they got in a fight. So
okay.
It's fine.
Well.
It's okay. Later they'd be like sleeping next to each other under the bed because,
An uneasy truce.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Yeah,
it was Christmas. Christmas time, family just, you have to get along. It's Christmas. It's the holidays. We all suffer from our family at Christmas time.
I've been trying to figure out if Augie is a bush dweller or a tree dweller. And I'm not sure yet because two of his favorite places are either under our bed, like he'll sleep under there sometimes, or in the very top of our closet. He's figured out how to climb the shelves in our closet, and he puts himself on the topmost shelf back in the corner. And I'm like, okay, tree dweller, bush dweller. I'm not sure. Maybe he's still making up his mind. I don't know.
He's young. Yeah. He hasn't decided yet.
Yeah. He does like to be on the cat tree a lot. I will say that.
Your cats are indoor cats, right?
Yes. Though I didn't always have indoor cats. And growing up, Zachary and Snickers were indoor-outdoor cats. That was normal. Like, for my family, we had a lot of indoor-outdoor cats. Because we lived in the country, there's a difference between, like, a barn cat and a house cat. And then there's the cats that do both. And our cats usually did both.
Your cats hung out in the barn and in the house?
Yeah. And occasionally we would take in a cat that might just be a barn cat, and we didn't let them in the house. It would be like a stray cat that showed up, and then we let them sleep in the barn, and we fed them, and they caught mice.
They did their job.
Yep, exactly. Snickers loved, she would go out all day, hunt. She used to catch moles and mice and all sorts of snakes, all sorts of stuff. And then she'd come in around dinner time, eat, and she'd come inside and spend the evening with us and sleep with us.
House cats, though, so that's the thing that there's been a lot of research about lately is how, especially in more urban areas and stuff, you really shouldn't have outdoor cats because of how destructive they are to local wildlife.
Like birds. They kill a lot of birds.
They kill a lot of birds. It's crazy, actually, how destructive cats are to the bird population.
Yeah, I remember a couple times our cats, they would hang out at a bird feeder on our neighbor's property, which would make her really upset, too. Because, like, she's feeding the birds, and our cats are, like, using it as a feeding ground for themselves. That's bad.
See, but extra grain lying around attracts rodents and birds. And then the cats just wait for them to show up. So there's a group that National Geographic did a story on, and we can link there's a YouTube video about this study from Nat Geo's YouTube page. But there's a group that started this program called Cat Tracker, and the purpose of the Cat Tracker was to use citizen science to track where all of these house cats were going, because people think that they know where their outdoor cat is going, but they have no idea, right? And so they equipped house cats with little GPS trackers on their collars.
Oh, this is amazing. Okay.
And then basically for a few weeks, they let the cats, do their normal thing outside with the little GPS collars. And then they mapped the territories of all of the different house cats and where they were going. And you can see some of these maps if you search cat tracker online, but they're really
So
crazy.
good
Like
at maps.
I know, I had to bring the maps in.
Yes.
Always. But these maps are crazy because some cats have a pretty small territory, like maybe just, a block. And then some cats have massive territories that they're covering on a daily basis, going several blocks from their houses and making these huge like swaths.
Interesting. Yeah, because I was going to say, like, Snickers, when we would let her out, I mean, we knew what she was doing because we would see her in the yard. She was typically on our property, like out in our field, and we had about 5 acres, so it was a pretty big area. But she was always kind of close to home, as far as we knew, because we would see her a lot.
Yeah, there was one cat that they did the study on, and the family went out of town just on vacation, and so the cat knew they weren't at home, and he literally walked all the way to the house where the family used to live.
Oh my gosh.
Because he thought that maybe they would be at their old house.
Yeah.
And so the cat like knew how to get all the way to their old house and then back to their current house by himself.
And now see, that cat is choosing to do that for that family.
Yeah.
It's like
that's crazy.
That's
a homeward bound situation.
That's exactly what I was thinking of. Yes, it's like homeward bound is going to make me cry. But I think there are also a lot of cats that would just run away and not come back. But I'm impressed. Like that says a lot for the bond that it has with the family,
Right?
Considering that they're partially wild, like that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I do know that cats do have a bond with their people. There was that Netflix documentary, Inside the Mind of a Cat.
Yes, I watched that.
Yeah. And there was that study that they did where basically they'd have a room, and in the room they would put an area with food and an area with the cat's favorite toys and an area where the cat's guardian would sit. And then they'd open the door and let the cat go in the room and then observe where the cat went first.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the majority of the time the cat would first go to their guardian.
Yep.
Even avoiding the food and stuff.
Yeah.
Which I thought was kind of interesting because it's like, oh, cats do love their people. They aren't just going to go and get food. Because sometimes I wonder about that with Mulligan. I'm like, would you choose me over your Precious? Yeah. Would you? I don't know. He'd probably come and say hi to me first. And then he'd be like, shit, the Precious is over there. Gotta go to there.
Priorities. I sound surprised that cats would be that. It's not that I don't think they're closely bonded to us. It's that going back to like, they don't need us, but they choose us anyway. And it's so, I love it.
There's a cat, because, I'm also obsessed with Baltimore since I live here. In the 1940s, there was a cat in Baltimore named Herman the cat. And he was an official member of the U.S. Coast Guard. And he had a little port license, like identification card.
Yes.
Yes.
It's amazing.
And his occupation is expert mouser on his U.S. Coast Guard.
So cute.
And I'm obsessed with that. Actually obsessed. His like little signature line is just a paw print. They like stamped his paw. It's amazing. I kind of love how places are employing cats these days. Like a lot of breweries have
yes.
cats that are working cats in their establishments.
Yep.
One of our breweries by us has a black cat that looks like Mulligan, but his name's Inky. But Inky basically was a cat that the shelter deemed unadoptable. They just didn't think that he would work in a home.
Yeah.
And so they recommended him to the working cat program that Baltimore has. And that's how the brewery ended up with him. And he's so chill now. He'll come out and like hang out in the brewery, but then he leaves when he's done and goes back to his space. And I know, he's so adorable. I'm obsessed. I mean, a lot of the breweries around here have cats. I always want to know the brewery cats.
Like a great alternative for cats that might not thrive in a home or like with a family or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just hang out in a space and get fed and do his own thing.
Yeah, and have a job.
Yeah.
I think cats like having jobs sometimes.
I believe that.
One time Mulligan caught a mouse in our house and he was like so fucking proud of himself the entire day. Oh my God. Yep. He was like, holy shit, guys, look what I did. Look what I did. Look what I did. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
So proud of himself.
Never see more pride than a cat that has taught you something.
Yep. And then they do that weird little chirpy chirp.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like,
they get so excited.
Oh yeah, that's another fun cat fact is that the noises cats make are to emulate human voices.
Really?
Something that I was reading that said that most cats, when they're hanging out, I don't want to say a wild cat, but if they're a street cat or whatever, and they just live in a group on the street, they don't necessarily talk to each other. I mean, they might like hiss at each other, like do like warnings or something like that, but they're not really talking. But like all those little noises, like chirpy noises and like noises and stuff, those are noises to emulate human talking. So, like, and the reason why they make that like little chirpy noise when they're looking at birds and stuff is because they're like emulating the bird noises.
Oh, that makes sense. I did not know that. So basically, the only reason for them to be meowing is not necessarily to communicate to each other, but because they're trying to communicate with us, like emulate the way we communicate. Wow.
It's crazy.
Like, people give cats such a bad rap, like they're not as cool as dogs or something, but it's not true. They're cooler. They're as cool. They're equally cool.
If not cooler.
If not cooler.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, because like, they can just go to the bathroom by themselves. So
yeah, it's true.
Love that.
Yeah, that's right.
Way less work than a dog.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
True. That is true.
That's why they're basically your roommate. Just hang out, do their own thing, go poop by themselves,
go eat by themselves.
Yeah, it's true.
Then they sleep most of the day by themselves.
Yes. They sleep so much.
Yeah, they do. I love it, though, because that's when I love on them the most.
Yeah. When they're just being fuzzy.
Yep. Yes, being fuzzy.
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. Okay, if you're listening to this episode, you should leave us a comment about what do you call it when the cat, like, sits on the ground and curls up so you can't see their paws.
Yep, all four paws tucked under.
Yeah, because I feel like there's so many names for that position.
Yes, I've heard, well, you also call kitty boating, right?
Yeah, being a boat, being like a loaf.
A loaf, that's the other one that I see a lot. A kitty loaf.
I mean, we always, my family also said it was called just being fuzzy.
That one I've never heard, but I like it.
I mean, because all they are is a ball of fuzz.
Yes, yeah. I've heard it from you, obviously, but I mean, like, I've never heard anyone else refer to it.
Yep, they're being fuzzy. Yeah, but yeah, a boat or a loaf. I don't know. I want to know other names, though. If you have another name for it.
Yeah, like maybe something you've made up yourself, even.
Yeah,
because I feel like cats also lend themselves to creating nicknames and saying weird things to them the way I talk to my cats is not the way I talk to my dogs. That's all I know. Like, it's very different.
Cats are smarter, right? So you kind of have to give them more of the benefit of the doubt because they know what's up.
Yeah.
You can't fool them.
Yeah. Ironically, though, I actually baby talk them a lot more than the dogs. And like I said, kind of like make cutesy words where there shouldn't be cutesy words. Like,
in addition to sharing what you call the kitty boat pose,
yes.
because I want to know people's kitty boats. I want to see pictures of your cats. Because we all know that the internet is for cats.
Yes.
That's
and
a true
cat stories.
True
Any
fact.
amazing cat stories you have, because
yes.
I don't know, I feel like cats are pretty amazing creatures.
They are. My mom had a friend that they went camping, and unfortunately their cat got out of their trailer when they were camping, which was so sad. And they tried to find the cat and they couldn't. And then the campground was like closing for the season. It was a whole thing. But then they went back in the spring to go camping. And the cat was there.
Oh my God.
It had lived the whole winter by itself in upstate New York where it's snowy.
Just waiting for them
and
to come back.
Yes, and then was like there and they got the cat back in the spring. That's why I said they'll survive on their own.
Yeah.
Man.
I know, they're tough, man. They're little wild panther lion cutie patooties. I love them.
I always call Mulligan my little lion man.
Oh,
a little
cute.
lion man. I know, right?
Mumford and Sons. Call Oliver Tiny Panther, and then we'd sing Tiny Panther to him instead of Tiny Dancer.
And I'm sure both of our cats, when these things happen, just look at us like you're an idiot.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It's like we're talking about like how amazing they are and how much they don't need us, and then like I feel like I baby talk and do like weird shit like that to them a lot. And they're probably like, what the hell?
I think we need cats more than cats need us. Let's just put it that way.
That's the summary.
Yep.
I need their smushy little faces. Oh.
We needed them to hunt our mice, and now we just need them for their adorableness.
And snuggles. And pets. And toe beans.
Toe beans. Meow meow beans.
Yes.
So cats. So obvious. Not so much.
Well, I think what maybe I thought was obvious before was that cats are domesticated. But they are not.
It's questionable.
Yeah, questionable, or at least a gray area, right? They like walk the line.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely a gray area. So share your amazing cat stories and amazing cat photos with us. We'll see you next time. Thank you for listening to Researching the Obvious. To learn more fun facts about everything that we're researching, follow us on Instagram at Researching the Obvious Pod, all one word. You can also follow us on Spotify, Amazon Music, or wherever you get your podcasts. If you know someone that you think would enjoy listening to all of our findings, please feel free to share or give us a review. Researching the Obvious is written, produced, edited, and hosted by Emily Fekete and Katie Nakanishi. Tune in next time to hear more obvious facts.